Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we are going to have a really special and funny discussion with an old friend of mine. I met him while I was living in the Netherlands two years ago, and we recently reconnected again. His name is Marco Lopor. He's an author, he's a meme maker, and I would define him as spiritual funny man. And he wrote the book Awakening Diaries that you can find it that is available on Amazon, and I will put the link below in the description. And we will talk about also the book later during our discussion. Hi, and welcome to this funny episode. How are you?
I'm good, very good, thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Can you give us a little bit of background about you to our audience today?
Yes, I'm born 50 years ago in Bari, in Italy, and yeah, I've been always attracted by metaphysical stuff. So I was always interested in studying whatever has to do with spirituality or to understand better how the physical body is also affected by some energies.
Yeah.
And so 10 years ago I moved to the Netherlands, and I started to work in Amsterdam. And then I started also a self-discovery journey to understand better also myself. And I wrote a book about this topic, and I started to do workshops around and to speak about how to increase the vibration in the body, how to increase the energy of the physical body, and how all of this is connected also with the ego and the zodiacal signs, because we live in my opinion, in a perfect orchestrated, designed scenario, and
Yeah.
there are some rules of the game. For example, for the 12 energies that represent the zodiacal signs. So I'm always focusing on this type of topics, and I love to make also funny memes about spiritual
Okay.
stuff, because we can never be so serious about anything.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. I can recommend to the audience to connect with you on Facebook because Marco is creating every day. I guess every day beautiful memes, and you're gonna have a lot of laugh because they are amazing. I love them. Absolutely.
thank you. Yeah, I like to make political memes or spiritual memes. It depends on the topic that is going on. You perceive the most attractive topic for the people also by watching other social media, and in order to see what
Yeah.
people are talking about, and then you you make your meme. And for me it's also something that I do to connect with my inner child, because
Wonderful.
I have this part of me that wants always to have fun and make fun.
Yes,
So
I know.
if we want to speak about the zodiacal signs and how they work, the connection with the inner child is very important to
Absolutely.
uh, remove the oppression of the ego that
Yeah.
is based also on the energies of the natal chart in which we are born. We have
Absolutely.
qualities, but we have also the opponent, the internal enemy, which is the
Yeah,
part of us.
actually, The internal enemy, yes, it's good, but it's also I always explain to everyone that wants to have a session, astrological session with me, that my personal perspective after like 12 years of studying different kind of astrology. I studied like astrology for the soul, astrogenealogy, classical astrology, and so on. For me, it's like the birth chart represent our potential, just a potential, and then we have our destiny as a second layer, and then we have our free will. According to our free will, we are deciding to have a specific experience in our life, and so we can always choose which kind of experience of according to our birth chart and according to our destiny we want to experience. And I always make this simple example. Every planet in our birth chart has some harmonic energy, some like light energy, and I would not call it bad energy, but less harmonious energy. For example, we can take the planet Neptune. Neptune on the light side, the main theme of Neptune is creativity, has to do with poetry, with music, with art. On the less harmonious side, it has to do with drugs, with alcohol, with illusion. And I remember that I had a client that he has a lot of element in Neptune, and he went all into, he chose to experience all the parts connected to alcohol and drug and so on. But he could, I explained to him, okay, you had a choice, but you can also experience the light side of the planet Neptune. So, and also to reconnect with what you said before about the ego. What I notice in all my years of experience of astrology is that if a birth chart has a lot of tension, so usually the tension are represented by the red lines inside the birth chart, it doesn't mean that it's like all ego or bad energies, but it can be perceived as like a person need to face a lot of challenges in his or her life, and thanks to these challenges he can grow and he can develop himself or herself. Because I saw, for example, a different birth chart that they were really like with almost zero tension, let's say, to make it simple, and the person can like remain for all their lives in their comfort zone and not, let's say, grow. So what's your view about that?
Well, I think, as you said, that we have always a choice. So our free will is based on the choice we make. And of course, we can choose to experience darkness or light.
Yeah.
And every natal chart has specific energy to experience darkness or light.
Of course.
So I think the choice is based also on how much old is the soul.
Absolutely. Yes, correct.
Because sometimes as a young soul, you need to experience more darkness before you can evolve into forms of light.
Yeah.
So I think it's more based on the age of the soul, and sometimes we need to experience darkness in order to understand some lesson. So the energies of the ego that are represented by our zodiacal configuration, let's say, are the energies that affect the experiences that we are going to make in order to understand the lesson.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Also, if we can make a comparison, a plant, a tree needs to put its roots really deep in the dark to create a solid foundation for the tree to grow strong. So
Yes.
I don't know if you got what I want to mean. So in order to grow and develop a lot of strength and resiliency, you need to face a lot of challenges in your life. But what also I saw with the discipline of astrogenealogy is that a person can have in his birth chart a lot of R. The R represent all the planets that are retrograde, so that they are moving backwards. So when there is an ancient soul, I can recognize that because he or she has a lot of R in the birth chart. But it can be good. Sometimes a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, I feel that I'm an ancient soul." But at the same time, if you have a lot of R in your birth chart, it's because you didn't really understand the lesson in the previous life. And you need to come back and repeat the same lesson. So there is some pro and there are also some cons about this concept in astrology.
Yes, and every lifetime our memories are completely deleted. So we can never because if we knew what we have to learn, then the lesson doesn't work anymore. So
no, there is no more fun. There's no more fun.
I mean, the fun, it's always important because when you learn a lesson, if you learn it with fun, it's much better.
Absolutely.
But yes, sometimes to face the unknown is important also because you cannot be prepared to face the challenge.
Absolutely.
And I have discovered also I speak also about this in my book that there is a direct connection between the anatomy of the physical body and the 12 aspects of God, because the 12 energies are the 12 aspects of God. Basically, when we activate the Kundalini energy, which is the double snake, the symbol of the pharmacy. In every country of the world, there is the symbol of the pharmacy is the same symbol. Is this direct line with this double snake that on top of the line there is like a pine, and then there are two, like an angel with two wings. And this symbol is the symbol of nobody really understand why the pharmacy use this symbol. And I was always wondering why there is this symbol in every single country of the world. The symbol is the same. And during my investigation, I discovered that it's the symbol of perfect health. Why? Because it's the symbol that represent the perfect balance between the feminine and the masculine energies. So when we do this perfect balance between the feminine and masculine energies, and we become completely in a service to others' polarity, then we activate the Christ, which is the activation of the Kundalini. And when the Kundalini starts to rise on the 33 vertebrae of the spine, and it reach the pineal gland, which is in direct connection. When the child is born, there is a little fountain on the top of the head, la fontanella, and the pineal gland is directly under this fontanella. So when the Kundalini rise, we have 12 cranial nerves in the brain. every aspect of God, every zodiacal aspect that represent an energy,
Yeah.
it gets enlightened by the activation of the Kundalini. So you lose the effect only of your natal chart, but you
Yes.
become the 12.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why you enter in the religious text is written, you enter into the kingdom of heaven, which translates you activate the fifth dimensional consciousness, because you have now not only one aspect, which is the aspect of your original natal chart, but you have all the 12 aspects of God, which are represented by the 12 zodiacal signs. So the
Absolutely.
12 zodiacal energies become one in you, and
Yeah.
that's why you enter into another dimension of consciousness where you live only in the now without overthinking too much about the past or the future. You are always in harmony, you are always in peace. You don't get sick anymore, you don't get old anymore,
Yeah.
because your body is vibrating in another frequency, and the higher is the frequency, the healthier will be the body, and especially the purification that happens in the physical body when you activate this fire is so powerful, is so strong, that removes any darkness that can still be in your uh, emotional body, because we store all our emotional traumas in the body, and
Yeah.
the Kundalini purification removes all the traumas from the emotional body. That's why you get more light, because when the emotional body is clean, we can get more light from the environment.
Absolutely.
So for me, the 12 zodiacal signs are completely connected with the activation of the Christ. And that's why in the metaphor of Jesus, you have 12 disciples,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and the 12 disciples are the 12 aspect of God. And yeah, this is the meaning for me, because behind every metaphor that in the past was used to explain religious or spiritual truth, there is always the anatomy of the physical body. So
Yeah.
this is, in origin, they were calling the body the temple, and the temple has 7 candles, which are the 7 chakras.
Yeah.
These candles have to be light up. How do you light up the candles in the temple? So they were
Yes.
speaking with metaphors, but
Metaphors. Yeah.
you have to enter in their language to understand what they were meaning. They were speaking about the body. There is
Yes.
a sentence of Matthew in the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew says, "The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eye will be full of light, the whole body will be full of light." If you go to speak with a priest from a church, he will start to tell you, "Oh yeah, he's speaking about Jesus Christ." No, he's speaking about the pineal gland. He's speaking. He's speaking about the pineal. Matthew was speaking about the eye, the central eye, which is the eye of the old human beings. Polifemo in Ulisse. Polifemo
Yeah.
in the Greek mythology had only one eye, because originally this was the eye of the all-seeing eye. was the
Yes.
pineal gland, because it's the eye of the intuition, is the eye that can make you feel if somebody is lying or not. You can never be deceived if your pineal gland is active, because you immediately recognize everything.
Yeah.
So when Matthew says the eye is the lamp of the body, he's speaking about the pineal gland. When the pineal gland is active, is full of light, the whole body will be full of light. They
Yeah.
were speaking about something that happens in the body when we activate the Christ, which in Greek means oil. It's a substance that literally rise on the
Exactly.
spine,
Yeah.
and this substance is the life force, is the substance of life force, is the substance that we use to make children, is the substance that we produce when we have an orgasm. It's the substance, it's a seminal fluid, it's sperm that
Yeah.
rise up,
Hmm.
and that is the Christ that gets your brain enlightened instead of going out. That's why you have the concept in religion of castity. Like, why you don't have to, because the seven sins originally were the seven behavior that block the chakras:
Okay.
gluttony, greed. All
Yes.
these are the lowest vibrational frequency for the human beings. When you are living in all these scenes, your chakras are all blocked and you are full of darkness.
Yeah.
When you remove the scenes, that's why instead of lust, which is a sin,
Yeah.
we have to consider sex in the most pure way, because when sex is considered lust, it becomes darkness. When sex
Absolutely.
is love, it becomes light. Also in this, we have the double aspect, and we have a choice.
Always. We always have a choice.
So this is the all is connected for me in this explanation of how everything works in the path of evolution for the human beings. And for me, it's a very funny game, and I will take my benefit from it.
You're brilliant. I mean, I couldn't explain any better because your explanation is wow. It's amazing. It's so simple and it's so effective. So thank you
Thank you.
for all this teaching. Also, what I wanted to add is that indeed, a reflection that I was having while you were speaking is that indeed we do need our intuition, we do need our third eye activated because you can have your heart chakra activated, but if you don't apply the discernment, you can be deceived. So it's really important to have the third eye activation.
The balance comes where they are all in line,
Yeah,
uh, and when you feel it inside of you, because the Kundalini energy changed completely your life, the way you sleep, the way you eat, the way you make everything.
everything,
So
everything.
so
Actually, I was really lucky because I told you before we were live. I had mine just after I met you, and we were really discussing. I remember 2 years ago, we were the 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember now. We were discussing about Kundalini awakening and while walking in Zandvoort on the beach. And after that, I experienced that. And I mean, I cannot describe this the experience because for me it was like I would define it like heaven on earth because it was like wow. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that I've been walking with have experienced the same after
Yeah.
because we are biological machines, and we are electromagnetic beings, and we emit a frequency. So I speak, if mine is already active and I walk with you, and
Yeah.
you understand consciously what we are speaking about, so you make an internal consciousness choice about living in service to others and balancing your masculine and feminine energies with the logical part and the emotional part,
Yeah.
then you can activate it. And it's what's happening now in the world is that a lot of people are doing the same process of purification, let's say,
Yes.
and it will grow exponentially. And that's why we are living in the most intense and powerful period of human history, because
Absolutely.
everything
Uh,
is changing so fast.
yeah.
And
Yeah. For me, it's like we are. What I'm feeling is that. I'm feeling like when I was a child and I was reading in the history book that there was a chapter about the end of the Roman Empire. So for me, we are really at the end of one age, actually, literally. Astrologically speaking, we are ending the Pisces age, and slowly we are moving, starting from 2106, the Aquarius age, but still we
yes,
can feel all the influence of the Aquarius age. And so for me, it's fascinating because we will witness all the collapse what we have been experienced so far, and at the same time we need to build a parallel world in order to bring everyone in the next phase. So that's for me, it's really fascinating. I love it. I love to
there
be.
is a meme. There is a meme about that. It's like watching the collapse of the Roman Empire, but with
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Ah, I didn't see that.
Yes, because
Nice.
we have now we have Wi-Fi, so we are watching the collapse of the petrol dollar
Yes.
with
Yeah.
Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
because
Amazing.
that's that on the bigger picture. I think the attempt of these criminals to create a new world order, it's
Yeah.
failing, not only because the energies are rising, but also because there is people that has consciously understood how we have been deceived for centuries.
Yes.
So when a lot of people know what's going on, something is going to change. You just need to know. You don't have to go in the street and make a
No,
revolution. You
no, because
just have
yes,
we just need to know the truth. And
exactly.
when a lot of people know the truth,
Yeah.
the reality changes, because the lies cannot
Just yeah,
anymore.
the most important concept is that we need to live choosing love, and not to live in fear. So that's the main point here. And astrologically speaking, also yesterday there is a major transit that is called Neptune in Pisces retrograde, and what is doing actually is removing, literally removing, and I'm like seeing already in a couple of clients since the last 2 days, is the removing illusion, all of the sudden removing illusion from people's life. So it's like all of the sudden they are waking up and they are in shock. And so we will face that starting from the period of July till the upcoming months. So it will be really, really fast in this case. So yeah.
because of the planets in retrograde, like they are going backwards.
They are going back, so they are more usually one of the theme of Neptune is about illusion, but because it's going backward, it's like removing illusion from your life. What you were believing so far now is not more accessible to you, and it's like your beliefs are like collapsing. So this is why more and more people are waking up in any kind of terms. Because I face like today and yesterday with a client that I just stated one of the truth, because there is not the truth, but we have different kind of perceived truth. And I realized that she was really in shock because she couldn't understand. It's like she was having a veil in front of her, and then I just removed it, and then she realized what was happening, what was happening in her life. And we're gonna assist a lot of that in the coming months. So that will be a lot of fun, let's say. And we need we need more and more people like us that will need to assist all the people that are realizing that something is changing in their lives. So that's important.
We are ready.
We are ready. So what about, do you want to go through some ego aspect for each astrological sign, or what's your sense? What do you feel?
Well, in that case, I will start from the four elements, like because every element, for example, the water signs or the fire signs are in somehow in an opposite aspect, because the water signs are completely perceiving reality through emotions.
Yeah.
And so the ego, when you are completely overwhelmed by emotion, of course your ego aspect is behavior is based on this type of emotions.
Yeah.
While the ego aspect of the fire element is more moved by ambition.
Yes.
So there are every ego aspect of each element. Of course, the element is on the bigger category. So of course you have to check the specific natal chart and the specific configuration, because everyone is unique with a different aspect. For example, I am Gemini.
Wow. Double Gemini.
Yeah, yes, I'm born
Where
on the
is your
4th of
moon?
June,
Where is your
and my
moon?
moon is in Sagittarius.
Okay. Wow, what a combination.
So yes, every natal chart is unique. So
Yeah,
every
I always
aspect.
say that. I always say that because I have a twin sister, and she's completely different. I mean, our natal chart is different by 3 minutes, 4 minutes, but we are two completely different person. We have two different mission in life, soul calling. So I can confirm that. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Everyone is absolutely unique, and so when we consider the bigger aspect of the element, like air, earth, like fire and water. For example, an ego aspect of the earth sign is gluttony.
Yeah.
The sin.
Yes.
and I mean, the ego aspect of the air sign is to be manipulative. They are the trickers, those who go in the casino and take they are able to steal all the money. this ego aspect, because it's the air aspect which make you more able to be fast with your mind, so you can easily make others do what you want them to do. So there are many
Yeah.
aspects of the ego, and each zodiacal sign has a specific aspect. For example, Scorpio, which is completely affected by Pluton's, is
Yeah.
is 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 a water sign, and it's also, for example, in the ego aspect, can be completely
Jealous.
mad for
Man.
jealousy
Jealousy,
or
obsessive. It can go also into manipulation because it's ruled by Pluto.
yes,
So
yes,
yeah, yeah,
also Leo, for example, has a very strong ego, and
wow.
when he cannot face rejection or don't he seeks validation that others are always in adoration, and
Yes.
that is, of course, an aspect of the ego, like many other aspects, specific aspect of every single sign. The Virgo can be also very controlling and very, but
Perfectionist.
every sign has a very like bad ego aspect, but as also the aspect that connect with the higher self. So is every sign can be completely light or completely darkness or a mix. And the most usually we in this world we experience a mix of both
Of course.
because we all have been in darkness, and
Yes.
sometimes we also rise out of the darkness, but I think we come in this world also to experience the ego, which is I see it for what it is. It's a simple opponent of evolution. So when
Yeah.
you need to evolve, you need to face an opponent. And who
Yes.
is the opponent? Is the ego that is the veil between you and God.
Yes.
So for me, I see it in a very simple way. And if you make fun of your ego, it will be more simple to also to control it, because
Yeah.
most of the time is when we are full of ego, we cannot make fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
You can see when somebody is full of ego that he cannot laugh about himself.
Mm. Yeah.
And that is the proof when, if you can do that, if you can also laugh about your ego, it means that you are starting to keep the ego under control, and your higher consciousness is prevailing on in this game of evolution. And
Absolutely.
until
Yeah.
your consciousness doesn't prevail, you will always make lesson in order to control your ego.
Yes. The lesson will be repeated until you will learn it. Yeah.
Yes. Like when you go to the university, if you don't pass the examination, you have to do it again. It's the same.
Exactly. The same concept. Yeah.
It's the same
Nice.
concept.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, coming back to your book, which is the best chapter that you had a lot of fun writing it?
Yeah, it's the probably the first chapter when I start to explain how I started this visionary dream about my journey of enlightenment, of to understand better how the energy works in the body, and how we can increase it. I had like a vision, and I speak in the first. The book start with this diary on a specific date in which I am sleeping in the south of Italy. In the afternoon, we usually have the siesta, like in
Yes.
Mexico, the penicella, and
Yes.
so I had during my penicella, I had a connection with my higher self that told me what to do,
Wow.
and that's what I did, and that's why I am here now.
Amazing. Love that. Nice, nice, nice. And well, there are other aspects in the book that you want to share with the audience today that you feel that they are really important for the audience to um, to learn.
Well, it's a 100 page book, and I start from my personal experience to connect also with other people experiences, and to also connect with the original meaning of the religious text.
Oh
So I
wow!
analyze many sentences from Matthew, from there is the Gospel of Thomas, which is full, is not part of the official Bible because the Vatican has excluded this book. But the Gospel of Thomas is full of metaphors about the activation of the 7 candles in the temple, about how to connect with the Christ, to rise the Christ on the 33 vertebrae of the spine. That's why Jesus was dead at 33 years old. That's why all the metaphor connect with the original meaning, which is the activation of the higher consciousness in the human body by controlling the ego. And
Yeah,
the 40 days in the desert, all these stories about Jesus are nothing but explanation of the internal fight between the ego, which in the Bible is Satan, the
Satan.
demon, the
Yeah,
opponent, the ego, and the higher consciousness, which is the guardian angel. It's
yeah,
always us. It's our multidimensional self that
yeah,
has to take control of the territory to conquer is the physical body. Who is gonna conquer it? The higher consciousness of the ego demon?
yeah.
That's the question.
Yes. Nice, nice. Okay.
And yeah, that's what I speak about. And yeah, if you are interested, you will find it. Yeah, you will find maybe something that can resonate with you.
Absolutely. So I'm inviting everyone that are listening to us to go and click on the link that I'm providing below in the description and check out the book from Marco. So we are approaching the end of this fantastic chat, Marco, and
Okay,
I would love to thank you very much for our discussion. And if you want, we're gonna repeat the same discussion in Italian so that also Italian people can enjoy our chat. Thank you very much,
perfect.
and see you in the next episode. Actually, if you want.
Yes, absolutely. See you
Thank you.
soon. And if you come back to the Netherlands, we can
Of
do
course.
a live together.
Yes, yes, we will definitely do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ciao, bye bye.
Bye bye.